Hey everybody, I wanted to make this video for a very long time, but I've always been kind of afraid of how to approach it, so I wouldn't come off as like uppity or conceited or kind of even bougie at times. But at the end of the day, it just had to be said. And I was trying to write it down, but I couldn't really get my thoughts to come out the way I wanted them to come out on paper, so I'm just like, I'll just do it free. So, we allow children to be stupid for a time period and then expect them to become smarter as they gradually go into high school and college. The problem with that is because we don't challenge our children when they're young because we want to give them a state of innocence, of ignorance, and to allow it in a safe environment, which is the home. But in return, we're really dumbing down our kids because we have gotten to the point where no one is understanding the difference between, quality and entertainment. And I've talked to many people about Harry Potter, and it is a children's book. It is a children's series. It's published by Scholastic. Especially the first 3 books, they are for children. And yet everyone takes it to offense as if, no, they are too advanced for children. Everyone reads it. Just because everyone can enjoy something does not mean it's not subjected to a certain age group. They are a children's book. So is Narnia. Narnia is a children's series. Just because it goes across to all age boundaries does not take that away from the series. It has come where they're saying that children's books cannot be for everyone. They're not supposed to be deep. They're not supposed to be, complex. That's an insult to our children. Children are capable of handling these ideas. Children can learn several languages at one time. That's why it's better to teach a child different languages when they're young. When they get older, they're not able to do it. Children can handle things young. They can, but we are so trying to keep them innocent and ignorant that we forget that. We are trying to keep them watching these little shows, and I know everyone talks about how different generations view things differently. I don't think that's exactly the case. I think anyone of any generation can understand quality. It doesn't matter when you were born. You know what's good, and you know what entertains you, and you know sometimes what entertains you isn't good. In my household, every morning before I used to get up to go to school, my mother would turn on the television because we would go to her room and get ready. We'd be watching cartoons. We watched Recess, Pepper Ann, those kind of shows. My mother enjoyed those shows. She would watch them with us. It was a any age group kind of thing, and she found entertainment enjoyment from it. When we would leave to go to school, she would still be watching it. We would run home next, Mommy, what happened on this? Tarzan, da da da. She still liked them. Even though she's from a different, age group, she could still find enjoyment, entertainment, and good things in these shows for people of my age at like 8 years old. And vice versa. I watch old shows from when she was young. I watch Taxi. I watch The Honeymooners. I watch I Dream of Jeannie. I watch Bewitched. I watch MASH. I watch, the old Addams Family, The Monsters. I find those to be entertaining, humorous, even though I'm not from that time period. From that age group that enjoyed that. I still find it to be of quality entertainment and of quality just in general. And yet, when we come and say about these other shows that come on nowadays, when someone like from the 90s says that these shows that they're watching now, they're saying, well, we don't understand because it's from a different group. The shows I used to watch as a kid, I can go back and watch them and still enjoy them. Some I can. Some I can't. And I understand that split. But I don't think I'm so old that I cannot watch a show on Nickelodeon and say this is stupid without being saying, it's not for you. You don't understand it. No. You can be an adult and watch a cartoon and still find it stupid if it's stupid. Pixar has proven that time and time again. You do not have to be a child to enjoy cartoons. Anyone can if you make it smart. Same thing goes for I remember I was watching, Back at the Barnyard. And I'm just thinking, this show is stupid. It's, how do you have a male cow? And everyone's like, it's not a big deal. Like, even when I was growing up with Rocko's Modern Life, they made that into a joke. There was a male cattle. Everyone kept calling him a cow. He's a steer. He's a castrated cow. Because if you watch Rocko's Modern Life now, there are so many sexual innuendos, so many double entendres that when you watch it as an adult, it is even funnier than when you were a kid because now you're smart enough to know, oh, that's what they were talking about. And that's what a cartoon can be. That's what Pixar has been doing. That's why it is the most successful animated studio because they have shown that you can make an intelligent cartoon and everyone will want to see it. The same thing goes for music. I mean, music is one of those things where everyone's talking about, like, every generation there will be, like, a new trend will come out, older generation will hate it, newer will love it, and later on will be known as classic. You know, the thing about it that I don't understand is that it's not the thing itself that the people object to, it is the reaction from fans. Fans make a trend obnoxious or make a trend irritating to other age groups, not the thing themselves. Because I remember growing up, in the 90s we had Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. They weren't great. We knew they weren't great. We just listened to it because they were fun, they were entertaining, and we knew that. We never thought that they were the Beatles. We never went that far. We knew this is good. I love these bands. But at the same time, we're like, okay, they're not that great. I love Britney Spears. Still love her to this day. Do I think she's the next Madonna or even Cher? Of course not. She's not even on that level. Which is why these little kids are growing up thinking Hannah Montana is like Madonna. Or Trina Jones Brothers like the Beatles. Or even the Monkees. Like, it's to the point of just, what are they teaching them? They don't know anything about quality. And for me, I know something it can be entertaining and not be good. I've known that for years. Since I was a kid, I know, okay, I like it. It's not the best, but I like it. My best friend and my roommate in college, she loves Hannah Montana. She loves Miley Cyrus. She loves watching the show. But she knows they are terrible. She knows they are awful. But she likes it. And that is a difference that I don't think a lot of kids know now. They will like something and think it's the best, the better than everything else, just because they like it. They have no concept of quality control. They have no idea of it. And it's been going into literature forever. And the thing about it is that people think it's just, when you're younger, you read little books, start slow, then you gradually get them up and up and up. That's how you get there. You have to start when they're young. Even if they're not a person who doesn't love to read, get them into it anyway. My father, the one thing I'm really grateful for him doing is that he instilled a love of reading and learning into me from the day I was born. He's been preparing me for college, which I'm at now. He's been telling me since I was young, you have to read this, you're going to have to read in college, and I love to read. So therefore, it was no big deal for me. I could easily, read the Iliad, the Odyssey when I was 9, 10 years old, because I wanted to know how to read. I loved these books. And even to this day, there are books that I love because they are entertaining, fun, like Harlequin romances, even though I don't really read those. If I read one and it makes me giggle and ha ha ha, it's entertaining. I like it. Does that mean it's quality literature? No. No, of course it's not. Where is that balance nowadays? Reading is one of those things where people either love it or don't like it. Sometimes it's like there's those two groups, and it's come to the point where in college, and I go to a majority white college. I don't go to a majority black. I go to a majority white college in upstate New York City, Casanova College. One of my good friends, we had to read Dracula for a class, and I love her. I'm not calling her out or anything. That's why I'm not saying no names. But she said, "I don't understand this. I don't know how to read in Old English." Old English? Dracula? Dracula is modern English. It's a more sophisticated language, yes, but it's modern day English. So is Jane Austen, Emily Bronte, but she thinks those are all Old English. She doesn't understand how to read it. It confuses her to the point where she just doesn't want to read at all. And that is sad. Because Beowulf is Old English, not Dracula or Pride and Prejudice, but she can't read that. She cannot read it. Like, literally, if she gives her, she gets confused. Like that. Even though it's modern day English. It's not even like A Clockwork Orange, where they're using different languages to combine. This is English. And I read A Clockwork Orange, and yeah, it took longer to read because I had to go look up the translations, but it was a good book regardless. I remember in high school, we had to read 1984. My best friend, Stephanie, who you keep seeing in my videos, my partner in crime, we loved that book. We spoke in Newspeak for weeks on end. We found joy in it because it's not even, we understood the quality of the book. And you can read a classic and not like it, but understand its literary value. But no, now it's just boring. Now people are just like, it's boring. I don't like to read. It's not you're up to you anymore. It really isn't. And when we have our children, we have to instill that knowledge in them. They have to understand what quality work is. Because if they don't, how can they do it themselves? Because we're so stuck on, it's my opinion, it's your opinion, everyone has the right to their own opinion. Yes, that is true. But we are so stuck on that and being politically correct on that area that we just have been like, let's just let them do whatever they want. Let them do whatever they want. It's okay. It's okay. They're young. But when they're in college and they don't know the difference between modern English and old English in a college level class, I mean, come on, people. What is that? And we encourage it because we don't expect anything from teenagers. We don't expect it from young people. We don't. We have decided that they have the right to be innocent and ignorant for a time, then they have to grow up. How can they suddenly grow up when they have never been exposed to this their entire lives?